talking to me? There's no one else here. You must be talking to me. Well, that was an antique. Crap!
Hey guys, welcome back to another review, and today I am reviewing Taxi Driver, starring Robert De Niro, Jodie Foster, Sybil Shepherd, and Albert Brooks, and was directed by the one and only Martin Scorsese, and is about a mentally unstable veteran works as a nighttime taxi driver in New York, where the perceived decadence and sleaze fuels his urge for violent action by attempting to liberate a presidential campaign worker and an underage prostitute. All right, let's get this out of the way. This movie's freaking awesome. It's freaking excellent. I love this movie. Oh man, this movie's... It's one of those movies that when you first see it, you're like, that was good. But then when you think about it more, you're like, that was really good. And this movie is a masterpiece. Martin Scorsese, he's done it again. He's done it again. Every Martin Scorsese movie I watch, it just surprises me. But let's talk about this. Let's talk about the acting. This is probably Robert De Niro's best performance, in my opinion. Definitely so good. And I've seen Raging Bull, Silver Linings Playbook, King of Comedy, Awakenings, what was his other? Godfather 2. He's so flipping good in this movie. Like, I don't see Robert De Niro. I just see his character, Travis something, I forget, but Travis Bickle? I think it's Travis Bickle. Something similar to that. Very close to that. But he just disappears in this role. And I heard he was really good in The Deer Hunter, and I'm about to watch that. I just rented it from my local library. That's how I watch so much of these movies, is that I rent them from my local library. I'll be watching that one soon, and when I do, I'll review it one day. But as of right now, this is his best performance, in my opinion. And I loved him in literally every movie he's done. He's so good. Jodie Foster is also really good in this movie, even though her character is very disturbing since she's supposed to be playing a 12-year-old prostitute. It's very disturbing. It's very disturbing, but she's really good in the movie. And Albert Brooks is also excellent in the movie. And let's talk about Martin Scorsese for a bit. Every film he's done, I've loved. The only movie I'd say that I really didn't like from him was Bringing Out the Dead. That's the only Martin Scorsese movie I think I didn't really like. But I liked Cape Fear. I like The Departed. I like Goodfellas. I love Casino. I like The Irishman. I like literally every other movie he's done. And this is probably one of his best. This is probably one of his best films. Also, the cinematography is excellent. The cinematographer, I forget his name, but he just recently passed a couple months ago. And so in his honor, we watched this movie for the first time, and the cinematography here is excellent. The shots of the city are incredible. There are so many great visuals and shot setups in this movie that they're just freaking incredible. Rest in peace, guy. Rest in peace. It's really sad. And I love the soundtrack. The soundtrack is is jazzy. It's a little jazzy, with like banging drums in the background on really intense parts. Very similar to Joker, which I know a lot of people compare this movie to Joker, but the only thing that I actually say this movie and Joker have in common is it's about a mentally unstable guy in a very bad city who goes insane, and then there's like banging metal drums in the soundtrack. That's really the only things that are actually compared to Joker. All right. What else can I talk about? All right, and I know a lot of people are saying how this movie is like one of the most violent movies ever made. It's pretty violent, but none of the violence happens until like I won't even say last act, more like one of the last scenes. So if you're with the plot summary I just said, you might expect him to start going insane halfway through the movie. He actually doesn't. The whole movie is him preparing to go insane or showing acts that are causing him to go insane. He doesn't actually kill anyone until around until the supermarket scene, and then the very ending. So if you're looking for like an action drama with a bunch of action in it, like Drive, this isn't it. This one's definitely more of a slow burn, because I expected this movie to be like Joker or Drive, where it's a slow burn at first, but then it explodes with a lot of bloody violence. It does not. I mean, the ending's very bloody and very gory, but it's not like Drive kind of gory. It's definitely it's definitely not like Drive. I'd say it's more on par with Joker, and it's on its violence level, but it is not. I wouldn't say it's the most violent movie. It's more how the violence is portrayed and how it is done. And there isn't that much of it. So if you're wondering if this movie is going to be a violent gore fest from beginning to end, it isn't. The graphic violence is only in the very end. All right, and yeah, that's. I highly recommend you check this movie out if you haven't seen it. It's so good. It's incredible. I love this film. I even my older brother, even bought it on Blu-ray. All right. In conclusion, Taxi Driver is a masterpiece of a film. It's a little slow in scenes, but I don't mind it. The reason why it's so slow is to build the tension and build the character of Travis, and build his insanity and what he does, building up on, and then it all leads up to him finally snapping. And this movie is actually kind of scary at times. But yeah, in conclusion, this movie is excellent. I'm giving Taxi Driver an A+, and is a masterpiece. So if you've seen Taxi Driver, what did you think of it? And if you like this review, give it a like, and I will see you guys next time.